Gun Freak Nation, how y'all doing? It's President T Electric. Check this shit out. I got some shit to show y'all.
And it should be very concerning for even people who don't rely on any of those benefits. So we're going to talk about.
We deny the whole America food stamps, bro. It's going to be a problem. Walmart, get ready. New York City, we got C-Town, Pioneer, Key Food. Get ready. It's going to get lit. BJ's, Costco's, get ready. You think we just going to stay still? No. Hell no. For a fact. Excuse me. If they take EBT, what you doing? She don't know. For me, but we going to loot. We going to get tucked. You feel me? She said she don't know. I don't know, but I'm going to get mine.
Donald, let my wife be next month that we ain't getting a fee for our motherfucking kids. You think I'm playing? This ain't no Donald.
It's not 8 and 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility. If my kid in day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability checks is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of.
Everybody going around saying that because ain't getting food stamp next month. Mind you, I'm on food stamps. Let me tell you this right now. Donald J. Trump, I don't know what the got going on in that house of yours, but bitch, you better fix it. Just because your going through some don't mean you gotta take it out on everybody else. Fix this right now. Let me not get my food stamps. Let me not get my food stamps. I'm going back to stealing. I don't care. If you leave your car unlocked in the middle of the night, lock it. Because if I don't get no food stamps, best believe me and mine's gonna eat regardless.
People are going to start, instead of stealing groceries from the stores, they're going to start watching people go to their cars. And they're going to take all of their groceries. And you know what the store going to do? Not our problem. Not our business. It's outside the store. They didn't do it in the store. It's not our property. Call 911. Call the authorities. They're going to leave for dead. And people are really going to be stealing people carts of groceries out of the grocery parking lot. And what other choices are people going to have to find food to eat? Because people about to be out here struggling. So do you really think they're going to look at you with all these groceries, packing it in your car, about to go home and feed your family from the hard-earned money that you made from working your job? They ain't going to care. They going to snatch them bags up out your hand and be like, I wish you would.
I'm in November.
Gun Freak Nation, get ready. It's coming. Remember that black Cadillac I had a few years ago with the tinted windows? I had somebody, we had went grocery shopping and we was taking the groceries in the house. I had put the groceries in the trunk. And we were, taking the groceries out the trunk and, taking it in the house, into the kitchen, right? While we were taking the groceries in the house, someone ran up. We didn't know this at the time, and grabbed groceries out the trunk of my car, the ones we hadn't got yet, and they took off with them, and that was 3 years ago. So can you imagine what's going to happen if people don't get their food stamps? Okay? People are already threatening to turn to crime. People are already threatening to go up into Walmarts, the Myers, any other food, where groceries at, grocery stores, period. And just, I'm talking about a flash mob of people just converging and just taking groceries. It's going to get bad. It's already bad, but it's going to get worse. Hungry people are desperate people, and desperate people do desperate things. And like the young lady said, if they're not in the store stealing the groceries and running out, they're going to catch you. They're going to be out in those stores parking lots. I guarantee you. They're going to be watching people rolling their carts out to their cars, and they're going to roll up on you and take those groceries from you. If they're not doing it directly in the store, I guarantee you, you're going to get reports of people are being robbed of their groceries in the parking lots. That's how bad things will get if the government do not reopen. It's going to be some perilous times. It's crazy out here. And I'm telling you that this may turn into some civil unrest, to where people literally, it will be a fucking food stamp riot. Okay? So everybody, you need to stock up on food. And I'm not saying this, if you got a job and you working, oh, I ain't worried about it. You know, I'm a working man. I'm a taxpayer. I get paid every week or every 2 weeks. You know, I'm good. I'm not relying on food stamps. You're still going to be affected for the simple fact you will be the target. Okay? So it may be a situation where stores may have to close down if you got mobs of hungry people running up in there and just taking whatever they want and running out. So everybody, it's a cause and effect. This shit can trickle down to where listen, y'all get armed, y'all get ready, and I would say, stock up on your groceries. Stock up. I mean, you should already have some type of food supply, stocked up anyway, just in case. Most people don't. Some people don't. I'm not going to say most, but some people don't. But you need to play it safe and buy some food that at least gets you through November. And hopefully sometime in November, the government can reach some type of, understanding or something. They can compromise and reopen, and people can get their benefits. But you got a lot of people that rely on these benefits, and they wasn't, the way the system was, it wasn't designed for you to live off of it. It was designed to be a temporary thing, right? But I know people that have been on it for years. I know people that refuse to get jobs because if they get the job, they're gonna lose their benefits, because the jobs that they seeking is not paying more. It's not worth to them. It's not worth the headache of working, because they would be actually they will actually be doing worse working. They benefiting off of those benefiting, and they've gotten so comfortable that they relying on it, and it's a lifestyle now. So people like that, what you just saw in those clips, they're not gonna go to the food pantries and be standing in line. No, they're not gonna go standing in line to get some food from the free food from a pantry, and that's if that be available. They're gonna go out and forcibly take the food. They may even show up at your house, because when those grocery stores get ransacked and they run up in there and they rob the grocery stores of all of the food, you might be next. Next thing you know, they might be at your front door kicking it in for your groceries, for your food. It's about to get bad out here. And the sad thing about it, and I ain't even trying to get political, but politicians, and you know who I'm talking about, they benefit off of poor people. They want you to stay poor. They benefit, they weaponize poverty. They want people to be dependent on them, because this is how they stay in power. This is how, anytime when you get a large amount of people that rely on you for assistance, and they don't want you, the truth of the matter is, Democrats, they don't want you to get off the system, because when you get entangled in the system, they can control you. When you rely on them for cash assistance, food stamps, they want to keep you in that position. They don't want you up out of that position, because once you up out of that position, you don't need them anymore. You see what I'm saying? They basically are trapping you. And if you depended on them, then they got some form of control over you. Who do you think you're going to vote for? When you are so comfortable relying on these benefits, you're going to vote Democrat, because that's what's they the ones that's giving it to you. They giving it to you. You get what I'm saying? So you relying on that. They want you to be trapped so they can have control over you and get your votes. It's just as simple as that. They benefit enough of it. I've been telling y'all that for years, but y'all already know that. No, we had it down a path that I've never seen before. I've seen people, well, I don't, and I ain't knocking nobody, man. Get it how you get it. You feel me? We all got to survive, but some people will have this is their lifestyle. They don't know nothing else but food stamps. And when you take it away, when you have been getting it for years, I'm talking about decades of getting it, and all of a sudden you not getting it no more. The hand that was feeding you is now gone. People are losing their minds. People are threatening violence, threatening crime. Shit is about to get bad, and we got to get ready for it and get prepped up for it. Because when you got a bunch of hungry people, millions, man, this shit can go left real fast. And the Democrats, they want people to be pissed off at Donald Trump, so they can blame Donald Trump for it. But nobody wants to hold their own lives. Nobody wants to be accountable for their own lives. No judgment here. But like I said, in life, you got to position yourself to be self-reliant, to not rely on anybody. That's relying on the police to come save you, relying on the government to come save you, relying on your family to come save you, relying on your best friend to save you. No. Because in your time of need, when the shit really hits the fan, you on your own. Remember that. You are on your own. A lot of people are going to resort to violence because they got that mentality. Hey, man, I'm going to get out there and take it. If you ain't giving it to me no more, I'm going to get out there and I am going to take it by force. This can be some potentially dangerous days ahead of us. This shit can turn into full-scale riots. Okay? Y'all be safe out there. Stock up on your food. Stock up on your ammo. Don't go crazy with it or whatever. But something is definitely brewing. And people not getting their food stamps. This can turn real ugly real soon. So listen, y'all be ready. Get prepped up. Gun Freak Nation, I love you. And stay safe, y'all. Salute.